Welcome to the NewsX Sunday Guardian Roundtable. Well, Parliament is going to begin next week with the all-important Speaker's election. More than that, it's also a sign as to how stable is the Modi government. We saw the cabinet that has been formed. It is more of the same. It is Modi 2.0. Messaging being sent by Prime. How successful is he in convincing the public and his own allies of that? We saw the first sign of triumph from the opposition side with Arvind Kejriwal getting bail. There is also speculation that other allies like Chandrababu Naidu is not very happy with this whole system of putting chief ministers behind bars. Chandrababu Naidu himself was jailed. So is there some pressure already happening despite the optics of being more of the same? It does seem to be that we have a weaker Modi at play, a Modi that is now at the mercy of his allies. How he plays the game, of course, is anybody's guess, because being Modi, he is the most, I would say, lethal when he is in a corner. We saw that post 2002. So it's going to be a very interesting parliament session, especially also with the opposition up in arms. Joining me for this discussion today is Ashutosh. He is the founding editor of satyahindi.com. Dilip Cherian, he's a columnist and someone who advises politicians on images and optics. I think it'd be good to hear what he says. And Rashid Kidwai, author and political columnist. Ashutosh, what are you hearing? For instance, the first challenge really is going to be the speaker's election, but there's also the Arvind Kejriwal bail. So what do these two, the politics of Modi, how do you see with these two events?
See, first of all, we have to understand that arithmetically, the Prime Minister is weak. Politically, how weak or strong he is, only the future events can tell us. But arithmetically, he is weak. The BJP has got only 240 seats, though they can always go and say we contested election together along with other partners, so we got 293 seats. That's a different narrative altogether. But the fact of the matter is that the first time in last many elections when Narendra Modi has fought, he and his party has not got the majority on its own. That's a great psychological blow. I will not say what Rahul Gandhi has said that the Prime Minister is psychologically broken down, but yes, it's a great psychological blow. There is no doubt about it. Within that context, having said that, let me tell you, the establishment is again a very dynamic thing. Establishment is not a static thing. Establishment is a dynamic thing. And the institution, the minute they realize that the Prime Minister, the government is not as powerful as it used to be, they try to get some kind of autonomy for themselves. And within context, the Arvind Kejriwal getting a sudden bail from the court could be understood, could be seen too, because it was very sudden. And you see what happened in the last 1.5 years. The Manish Sisodia is still in jail, or Sanjay Singh, who was for no rhyme and reason, he was put in behind the bar for more than 6 months. And Arvind Kejriwal on the 2nd June, he had gone to the jail, and within 3 weeks he got a bail. So that speaks volume about how the system has changed. About the parliament things, I still feel that the opposition is very strong. Not only strong, the important is that the momentum is with them now. There was a time when that Narendra Modi is invincible. That was the thought, and opposition was not very confident about itself, about its move, about its politics, and it was seen to be very fragmented. But this election has categorically stated and put on record that Mr. Narendra Modi is no guarantee for the BJP to get majority on its own. So Modi magic is not as powerful as it used to be, and it's no guarantee. Within that context, the opposition with increased and enhanced numbers certainly will make life hell, or at least will try to make life hell for the Prime Minister and for the government in coming parliamentary election. And I'm sure the parliamentary election, the parliament is going to be more stormy than it used to be earlier.
Okay, and the first sign of storm, Dilip, would be if they force a speaker's election, because that would at least whether the government has strength in numbers, but at least they would say that they are not going to start giving fight, and the optics would be that don't take us for granted. Dilip.
I think that Ashutosh's points are well taken. The speaker election, whether it happens or not, let us assume that they want to play everything is normal, everything continues as it is, and Om Birla gets to sit in that seat. Let me tell you, Om Birla cannot be the Om Birla he was in the last few sessions. So even the questioning of him will begin, and it may contravene parliamentary practice, ethics, and conformity to rule. But you will see a much more, shall I say, visible pushback. And however much mics are turned off and cameras are switched off, the what's it called? The good times for media coverage are here. And as Ravish said in his acceptance speech, it is a sign of a democracy that is back in business. That's one. I think that the courts have given the first signal, as Ashutosh said, in the case of Arvind Kejriwal's bail. But I think there is much more in store. What is in store is actually based on the fact that while the system, which was focusing on how to keep the opposition in a corner, is now touting new Augusta Westland papers, it is already become the subject of a joke. So what is happening is that whatever they are pulling out of the fire to try and brand you with isn't having the same kind of resonance that it used to have very recently. And I think beyond the speaker thing, the real big battle is being able to understand what goes on within the BJP system. And we need to have more people who are seasoned at analyzing that, because it is in the nature of change that there will be all kinds of new signals coming up.
Fair enough. The signals and markers is something we have to be looking for. The BJP president would be one that we can talk about. But Rashid, the opposition, we have rejuvenated Mahua Moitra. We have Akhilesh Yadav and Rahul Gandhi's new friendship in the House. We have Priyanka Gandhi also joining. Probably, she will probably win the election. So it's going to be a lot of faces leading from the front, articulate, feisty faces. So it's going to be a very interesting session in terms of debates and opposition taking on the government.
Yeah, so Priya, I think Ashutosh and Dilipji has mentioned a lot, about the challenges before the government. I'll dwell upon challenges before the opposition. It all looks very fine. This number of about 250, MPs all charged up, momentum, everything. But where is the sign of unity? There has been no meeting of India Alliance since then. There is no coordination committee. There is no, India Alliance Secretariat. There are no signs of conveners being made. So as long as you see the India Alliance is not it doesn't become it's not institutionalized, I see a lot of problems and challenges that BJP will be very easily able to divide and rule, so to say, whether it's an issue of speaker's election or any piece of legislation or, getting this kind of workable things done in parliament. So opposition, look, Priya, there's been a lot of question mark and suspense about Rahul Gandhi becoming leader of opposition. This is uncalled for. Here is a political party that has 102 members. Here is a political party that has established leadership, acceptable among, I would say among India Alliance partners also. So Rahul Gandhi should have, taken that, that mantle of leadership as far as the Lok Sabha thing is concerned. That is very interesting. A lot of people are talking about CWC and Kharge. The substance of it is Sonia Gandhi who has that powers. According to CPP Constitution, clause number 5, subclause C, she is empowered to nominate leaders in both houses. In this case, being Lok Sabha, in this case, being her son Rahul Gandhi. I don't know what is this fuss all about. So the Congress has the ability. I know it's very unpopular to be talking like this now. The Congress has a knack of making simple things look complex, and this LOP is a very glaring example. India Alliance is equally important, if not more. See, why can't they just meet and decide? And these are the things that need to be done, and there needs to be some kind of grandstanding. And if India Alliance partners had said that, let Rahul Gandhi become, that would have look much better. So therefore, I think, in terms of optics, the opposition needs to do a lot.
Okay, quickly, Dilip, then Ashutosh.
My sense is that we are giving the framework of the past and trying to graft it onto the present. I recognize that all of us must venerate Parliament and what happens there. But I think Rahul Gandhi has recognized that the real power lies on the streets and his ability to reach out outside these portals. It is not as important as is being made out by all of us who lived about 30 years ago in terms of politics. Whether it was Varanasi or Ayodhya, whether it is Nyay Yatra or any other yatra, the majority of issues which finally end up with the results you wanted had nothing to do with Parliament at all. The only thing that Parliament does is provide wall-to-wall coverage for a certain kind of person who's used to that coverage. But and today, most importantly, 95% of the country, which is 45 and below, is not watching proceedings in Parliament. So I think that we need to keep that in mind.
Okay. Ashutosh, you wanted to come in? Unmute yourself.
Yes. I think I have said it n number of times. Rahul Gandhi is the most underestimated politician in the country, and Modi is the most overestimated politician of the country. I'll repeat again. So the fact of the matter is, and I'm very fond of quoting my dear friend Sugato Srinivas Raju, who has written a wonderful book on Rahul Gandhi, and it's a harsh critique of Rahul Gandhi. He says that it's difficult, it's very difficult to be Rahul Gandhi, and it's very easy to be Modi. So I think sometimes the man should be given credit. The Congress has got 99 seats. It's not a huge number, but it has shown the signs that the BJP could be defeated. UP is a great example in that sense. The CSDS survey categorically stated that in UP, only 32% people want Modi as a prime minister, and for Rahul Gandhi, 36% people are saying that he should be the prime minister. This is a state where the Congress was decimated, had only 2% vote share in the assembly elections, and nobody had any hope that the Congress can do well in UP. It is the same state where Rahul Gandhi and Akhilesh combination did wonders. I think we have to give credit sometimes to Rahul Gandhi. We should not be the prisoner of the propaganda which BJP unleashes every minute and then. The issue is that we all have forgotten in the last 10 years that democracy is a complex thing. It's a very complicated thing. In democracy, the decisions are made by consultations, by talking to each other. It's only an authoritarian society, an authoritarian regime, that decisions are dictated. That Sonia Gandhi should dictate to Rahul Gandhi, you become the leader of the opposition, other you get lost. I think we have to realize that democracy is getting back to its equilibrium. I'm not saying it has got equilibrium. It is getting back to its equilibrium. Rahul Gandhi has every right to discuss, to think about it, to debate, and to decide. I think that democracy is all about. But we all have become our mind has been so conditioned in the last 10 years by unseen incessant propaganda by the BJP and the RSS. We start thinking in that light. Let me tell you very frankly that today the formality of the structure has been replaced by informality of the structure. The formality, look at the BJP and NDA. Where is the coordination committee? Where is the common minimum program? Where is the convener? And where is a coordination within the BJP and with the allies on the eve of elections? You remember in the last session, Mallikarjun Kharge's room was for a regular coordination. And third thing, very important thing, today opposition is replaced by young guns. There is a Rahul Gandhi, there is Akhilesh Yadav, there is a Sanjay Singh, there is a Manoj Kumar Jha. All of them are in their 50s or early 40s. Where is the BJP? In 70s, someone in 80s. So this is a different opposition altogether.
Okay. Rashid, your comment has sparked off quite a debate. So would you like to explain what you said in terms of why is it so important for Rahul Gandhi to be LOB?
I think our friends are, are influenced by the, the leftist and other anarchist elements. When they say parliament
That's
is not important, you see, it is a negation of democracy. But parliament is a temple of democracy. We are in a parliamentary democracy model, and it is parliament that decides the fate of the nation and everything. It may not be that they may not be having a very good debates and all, but the institution of parliament cannot be undermined. The leader of opposition is in effect, a shadow prime minister. A shadow prime minister, if a person who's most popular, who's most visible, whose party's strength is 102, should lead from the front, not a Gaurav Gogoi, not anyone else, be in picture. And to talk about the young guns and all, this is all notional. Somebody can turn around and say, the NDA BJP has a young gun called, Kangana Ranaut. So these are all the,
Yeah, she's not a young gun.
No, you can say that. Why not? She speaks and she speaks. Look, Dilip Charian has brought so much, this delight to the Dilip Charian. So what I'm saying is, this is our interpretation. This is our subjective interpretation. Thing is that institutional importance should be given and institutions should be built. And that is where I think that, leader of opposition is very important, because what is the charge against Rahul Gandhi, among other things? That, he shies away from, position of responsibility. He's not a power wielder. He fancies himself as a trustee of power. All these things are there. Now the time has come between 2014 to 2029 is very, important phase, I think, for Rahul Gandhi, for Indian opposition. They may be opening in between. They would be opening in 2019 for certain. And Rahul Gandhi would be, by then, he would be 59. So unless he acts, you see, there is
2029.
If you are into electoral politics, then you need to play, a game by the rules of the game. And rules of the game say that, you have to shine in parliament. See, streets of the thing, left maybe drawing a lot of crowd. But what is their electoral strength? Are they in government anywhere other than Kerala? So these are the questions that need to be answered. And I think when you talk about Rahul Gandhi doing very well in Uttar Pradesh, this is not really doing justice to either Rahul Gandhi or to Akhilesh Yadav, because it is 36% and more for Akhilesh Yadav and less for Rahul Gandhi. So therefore, I think it was a team effort and team has to be built.
Ashutosh, you wanted to comment on the debate on Rahul Gandhi.
Yeah. No, I just only want to comment on what Rashid has said about the rules of the game. Does Modi ever play with the rules according to the rules? He is invincible. He became invincible because he broke every rule in the parliament. He broke every rule of the politics. He disrupted the entire establishment and the system. And that is what happens in politics. If you have to, or in life, if you have to make name for yourself, or you have to do something, you have to change the rules of the game. Look at what happened in the freedom struggle. Before Gandhi became the popular leader, what was the Congress leader doing? Petitioning, going to the council and pleading. Gandhi said, nothing doing. I'm going to hit the streets. And when he hit the streets, it became a mass movement. I don't want to see Rahul Gandhi in the parliament at all. Rahul Gandhi became Rahul Gandhi not being in the parliament. Rahul Gandhi became Rahul Gandhi because he crisscrossed India from Kanyakumari to Kashmir, from Manipur to Mumbai. And unfortunately, we are so blinded that we don't want to recognize this. The Modi became the prime minister not doing a single dharna except in 2007. He has done nothing. But the fact of the matter is, we don't want to give credit to poor man. It is so sad in that sense. What will he do in the parliament? When he is in the parliament, people say he's not hitting the streets. When he's hitting the street, he's not going to the parliament. So
but he can do both, Ashutosh.
No, I'm saying parliament is important. But don't forget, the sovereignty of the people is reflected by the parliament, but sovereignty lies with the people's will. That 140 crore, if the Rahul Gandhi in the Congress and opposition is continuously on the roads, I can tell you the situation will dramatically change. It has partly changed, it will dramatically change. Being in the parliament is good, it's good, important. But let others also bloom in the parliament. There are Gaurav Gogois of the world. There are other young leaders of the Congress party. Forget about those old guards. Digvijay Singh, Kamal Nath, they should be thrown out of the Congress party. They should not have any place in the Congress.
They don't have a place in parliament, at least. Rashid, then Dilip, I'll come to you.
Yeah,
Rashid.
sorry, very quickly. I'm just saying, here is my friend Ashutosh, who I was talking about, politically being anarchist. And this is a very glaring example, not giving, not giving due importance to parliament, picking up things that were pre-independent. Pre-independence, that, Imperial Council was very different from independent India, Parliament of India. What was Rahul Gandhi's quest? Why did he contest from 2 seats, from Vineyard and then from Raebareli, if electoral politics was not so important? We can go on talking about Bharat Jodo Yatra, but how do you quantify it? And the kind of, we are quantifying it because the Congress strength, went up from 52 to 102. So this is the strength. So how do we say that which political party has what kind of strength, what kind of this thing, popularity among people of India? And Parliament Lok Sabha election is a very, very important barometer, just as assembly elections are very important for that state assembly. So therefore, I think we cannot be, this is not chalk and cheese, and very different thing. Rahul Gandhi's duty is to be a effective parliamentarian, lead Congress from the front, because he is an elected representative, and this is all about electoral politics. To cite Gandhi's example is very different. Gandhi died before independent India elections were held. So therefore, that's the thing. All others leaders of citizens have been in parliament. Give me a single example who has not been in parliament.
Yeah,
if you think or Narendra Modi is your role model, he is taking that as if Narendra Modi is a role model for Rahul Gandhi. What is this kind of argument? Who says Narendra Modi is a very good parliamentarian?
Priya, I have to intervene because I was misquoted and it will be misunderstood. I never said that the Rahul Gandhi should not be in the parliament. I have never undermined the institution of the parliament. I have only said that why it is important that Rahul Gandhi should be in the parliament. As simple. And let's face it, if the Congress has to be revived, the Congress can be revived only through streets. Through streets means you have to connect with the people. Where the Congress has lost the goodwill of the people and on the street. So if a leader like Rahul Gandhi sits in the parliament and does nothing, this is not going to do anything with the Congress party. So before Rashid again call me anarchist, I'm sorry, Rashid bhai, you are going to be disappointed. I'm a firm believer in the constitution. I believe in the parliamentary democracy. My minimum point is that the Rahul Gandhi it is not important that he should be in the parliament and leading. He should be in the street, leading the Congress, connecting with the people and associating with the issues of the people.
Okay. Dilip, so is one being an anarchist and the other being too much of a stickler for tradition, or both saying the same, but basically that Rahul's importance is on the streets? But in a way, Rashid's point is also correct. There is a parliamentary system. And if Rahul leads from both sides, it's good because it shows that he is a rounded politician.
Having been tarred for no purpose by Rashid as a leftist, I don't want to toss the courtierologist on him at all. All I want to say is that horses for horses. Is Rahul Gandhi most effective in parliament? No. He is really more effective outside. Are there good people to be LOP? There's enough choice at the moment in the Congress party. That's one. Number two, the sanctity of parliament, we all understand and respect. What I was talking about was the imagery. The imagery in the last few years has been the diminishing of debate, the diminishing of space, and the fact that you have a speaker who is not being a neutral umpire. So people have got used to it, and unfortunately, unlike Ashutosh and me, it is parliament that has got tarred with a certain kind of image. Numbers. The statistics show that the viewership of every parliamentary debate has sunk to absolutely near zero. So there is people are not actually involved or engaged with it. Now you may say that there is a noble need to revive it. Maybe there is. Maybe the best person for that is not Rahul. Maybe that's not high on his agenda. Maybe he can do it with his left hand. We don't know. This debate is about what happens next. And I think we need to watch what happens with the speaker, whether there'll be an election, what happens within the ruling party, and what happens within the opposition. And I think all of them will be in play. Plus, remember that you only have virtually 100 days before the moral code of conduct tosses in again, and you have election debates to go back to.
Okay, on that note, it'll be interesting. Unless Rashid, you want to come in with the last word?
Yeah, just very simple. Priya, I think Congress must recognize that its success story, they owe a lot to India Alliance, whether it is, Uttar Pradesh, or whether it's Maharashtra or Kerala or Tamil Nadu, all those places, it is the stamp of India Alliance is very much. So it's not so much about Rahul Gandhi street and all this. Congress can also become like BJP, victim of its own propaganda.
Fair enough. Okay, which I think, Ashutosh, you're on mute.
Just 10 seconds. I think orthodoxy of the thought has to be replaced with the futuristic understanding. That's my only limited point.
Oh, we were looking at the future, so we were looking at systems and not just political parties. But on that note, thank you so much. And we're going to be keeping an eye on the parliament session. Thank you.
Thank you.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.